I'll tell you what, I've been waiting 9 months and 7 days for this day to arrive. And I'm not going to lie, I'm fired up.
Yeah, I'm fired up.
You fired up?
I'm ready.
You ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Let's do this thing. From our left to right, and they're all white uniforms. Here's the kick. Kicks it about the middle of the field. Looks like 19, that's Cody Ferrante. He's going to run up the middle. He's got some room. He's got a couple of blockers, cuts to his left, breaks a couple of tackles, uses his speed. There he goes! Touchdown, Calaveras!
What a great way to start the homecoming game to get the crowd into it immediately.
What a play. The first time he touches the ball, he takes it to the house for 6 points. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Football with Coach Val. I'm your host, Gil Valtierra, the voice of Calaveras football. I'll tell you what, it's been 9 months and 7 days that I've been waiting to be able to share these words with you, which are, it's game day. That's right, everybody. Friday, August 22nd. It is game day, opening week of the CIF Sac-Joaquin Section High School football. Tonight, Bradshaw Christian, last year's section runner-up, will be visiting Frank Meyer Field in San Andreas at Calaveras High School to take on your Calaveras Redhawks, and with me today, none other in the studio live is the head varsity football coach at Calaveras High School, Coach Manny Mossa. Coach, welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it. You know, I thought I did something wrong. Didn't think I was going to get the cheer.
You got everybody. Everybody's like a little quiet there. I don't know. I mean, it's week one.
It's week, what? Yeah,
you can't done anything wrong yet.
You start with an A, right? Is that right?
At this point, you're undefeated.
Right. Yeah.
Well, at this point, Coach, we talk about normally, results from last week. Obviously, the high school didn't play. Tonight's the first game. But let's talk about the scrimmage. Last week, you guys were down at Central Catholic, taking on Central, Del Oro. I forget who else. I guess De La Salle wasn't available, but you guys were down there playing with them boys. Tell all our folks out there how you felt that went.
Yeah, I thought it went very well. Central Catholic, Del Oro, Buhat Colony, and Houston, were the teams. And it's great competition. It's a real good it's a good day to see where you're at, comparatively speaking. We know some of those teams are very good football teams. They're very good football players. They're all coached very well. Every team there is coached very well. And it's good. It's good for us to, see where we're at. How good are we? Are we do we have some guys in the wrong spots? Are we picking the things up that we have taught them? Just all around, and it's there's no weak link, so there's no plays off, and it's a good one. Coach Canepa's, we've been going there for a while now.
Right.
I want to say maybe 8 or 9 years. And, as far as I'm concerned, we want to keep that thing going.
Yeah. I thought I was down there for a little while watching you guys and, watching the defense, watching the offense. Everybody looked real good. Saw that they were crisp. For a scrimmage, it looked to me like they were, mid-season form. Like they were doing pretty darn good, especially against some top caliber competition. I'm sure, as coaches, there's always stuff you got to work on and stuff you find and say, we got to fix that. We got to fix that. But hey, that's why you do it, right? To uncover those things.
Yeah, absolutely. And the to me, effort, who's putting in the effort, who's going to quit on you when they're getting tired. We're getting toward the end of the scrimmage. Who's going to quit on you? That's the type of stuff we look for as well. Not just how good guys are and then how fast they get off the ball and things like that. Who's just going to go 100 miles an hour the entire scrimmage. We had a few of those guys.
Sure. Sure, that's great. So let's talk about, we do have some results from last week as far as the Junior Redhawk program, and let's go over those results. First of all, the first game, the games were at Calaveras High School, Frank Meyer Field. Argonaut Mustangs were the visiting team. They came over to San Andreas to play those games. The first game, the junior novice team, I want to introduce you who those young men are. They went out there and they played their hearts out. Number 0, Colton Hughes. Number 1, Carter Pettijohn. Number 2, Tucker Mills. Number 3, Thomas Jester. Number 5, Weston Stouty. Number 6, Grayson Gore. Number 7, Quinlan Wilson. Number 9, Liwanu Barron. Number 10, Gunnar Olson. Number 18, Daniel Rocha. Number 20, Nixon Adams. Number 22, Riot Adams. Number 29, Jackson Paletti. Number 33, Grayson Cochran. Number 35, Arthur Robinson. Number 37, Daxton Blodgett. Number 40, Waylon Nunn. And number 50, Roman Gusto. Blodgett that's a film, sounds familiar to me. Do we have a guy on the Varsity High School team back in the day?
Yep. Before you started coaching, there was a Stephen Blodgett.
I think I remember that. So yeah, that name rung a bell. Anyways, the junior novice team is coached by Aaron Adams, Lane Gore, James Pettijohn, Chris Stouty, Joe Olson, and then the head coach Greg Mills. They opened up the season, unfortunately, losing 27-12 to Argonaut High School. But some standout statistics for you. Looks like number 2, Tucker Mills, had 7 tackles and a fumble recovery. He also had 13 carries for 151 yards, 2 kickoff returns for 40 yards, and 191 total yards and 2 touchdowns. I was there doing the public address announcing, and that whole game, number 2 was just all over the field, doing a great job for that team. Number 6, Grayson Gore, had 3 tackles, 2 rushes for 5 yards. Number 1, Carter Pettijohn, had a tackle, also had 3 rushes for -2 yards. Number 20, Nixon Adams, had 2.5 tackles, 3 rushes, 3 yards. Number 33, Grayson Cochran, had a tackle, and number 0, Colton Hughes, had a tackle. So again, final score, Argonaut 27, and the junior novice team for the Calaveras Redhawks, Junior Redhawks, 27-12. Any comments on that game, Coach?
Yeah, my daughter cheers, same level, so, I'm able to catch some of that game.
Nice.
There's not a lot of experience, which is, to be expected at that level, but I think Mills was the only returning player on that team from last year. So, coaches got their handful, teaching everything, not just fundamentals, but offense, defense. Kickoff. They do special teams now.
They did. I was watching from up top, and I'll tell you what, it was almost like human chess, because coaches are in there running, physically grabbing guys, going, move over here, and trying to get them properly aligned. And I'm like, man, it was like herding cats sometimes as far as just getting these guys properly lined up.
A lot of respect.
Yeah.
A lot of respect.
That's hard work. That is hard work. I don't think I could do it. Okay, so let's move on to the novice game, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about them for a second. The Calaveras Junior Redhawk novice football team, those players are number 1, Trace Biker. Number 2, James Fox. Number 3, Stephen McCarter. Number 4, Bentley Coggin. Number 5, McCoy Stouty. Number 6, Cash Heavily. Number 7, Gunnar Lefebvre. Number 8, Bronson Jenkins. Number 9, Rylan Grijalva. Number 10, Levi Lim. Number 11, Damian Portillo. Number 12, Trent Hughes. Number 13, Brent Fusen. Number 14, Colton Hurls. Number 16, William Gilbo. Number 17, Maxwell Green. Number 20, Rogerio Leon. Number 21, Samuel Arledge IV. Number 22, Landon Beatles. Number 26, Jace Scammonson. Number 30, Silas Prince. Number 31, Juanito Barron Jr. Number 34, Dakota Howard. Number 39, Lucas Smith. Number 42, Brennan House. Number 44, Leonard Powers. Number 45, Colton Watson. Number 49, Case DeWitt. Number 54, Charles Lee IV. Number 58, Cashton Vincent. Number 60, Lucas Mellinger. Number 71, Jose Paco III. Number 81, Thomas Steinhoff. Number 82, Jordan Morales. Number 84, Riker Kwashnik. Number 87, Casey DeNigris. Number 88, Gino Varney. Number 99, Hayden Trillo. And number 00, Jax Watson. I have one question. Number 31, Juanito Brown. When he gets big enough, can you still call him Juanito, or at some point do you just become Juan?
Jesus.
Just a question. Let me know if you're, parents out there. Let me know. The novice football team is coached by Brian Mellinger, Mel Lefebvre, Marcus House, Mitch Watson, Brian Fusen, Bryce Biker, and head coach by Sam Arledge. And the good news here, folks, is the Calaveras Junior Redhawks novice football team came away with the victory. They won their game 25-0. Looking at some statistics from that game, you had number 44. Wait, that's the JV game, isn't it? Yes. So, novice game. Number 10, Levi Lim, 4 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Number 00, Jax Watson, 8 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Number 99, Hayden Trillo, 3 carries, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Number 21, Sammy Arledge, 7 carries, 13 yards. And number 26, Jace Kamenzen, had a carry for 12 yards. Defensively, number 99, Hayden Trillo, had a tackle, 1 tackle for a loss, 3 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. Number 44, Leonard Powers, had 2 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss. Number 60, Lucas Mellinger, had 2 tackles for a loss, and 2 tackles and 1 tackle for a loss. Number 26, Jace Kamenzen, had a tackle, a sack, and a fumble recovery. That's the trifecta right there. Number 12, Trent Hughes, had 2 tackles. Number 22, Landon Beatles, had 3 tackles. Number 8, Bronson Jenkins, had a tackle and 1 tackle for a loss. Number 34, Dakota Howard, had a fumble recovery. And number 00, Jax Watson. Number 16, William Gilbo. Number 54, Charlie Lee. Number 10, Levi Lim. And number 39, Lucas Smith, all had a tackle as well. So they came away victorious, 25-0. Comments on that game, Coach?
Yeah, I think Coach Arledge has him rolling. He, we talk obviously, and he's very confident, very impressed with his team and how hard they work, and they're a tough bunch, and he's got a lot of them too. I think he's got 40 kids on the team, and watching them play, they're tough. They're tough.
Yeah, they did pretty good. They had a really good game. I believe it was a 99. I kept mentioning his name almost seemed like the entire game. Yeah, so he had an outstanding game. Things look good for that novice team. I got to say, Argonaut, they came to play. They had some guys on all levels of their thing. So for that team to come away victorious, 25-0, that's saying a lot.
Yeah, last year the novice team was in the Super Bowl. The junior novice team was in the Super Bowl. So, that team's got to have some good players on it. No question. Good, Argonaut's a good program. They have good kids, tough, hardworking kids over there as well. So.
You bet. So let's go on. Let's move on to the junior varsity. Let's introduce those young men. Number 0, Landon Carneseca. We call him Carne Asada. Number 1, Benjamin Montgomery. Number 2, Gregory Mills Jr. Number 3, Tyson Thornburg. Number 4, Waylon Landreth. Number 5, Harrison Cole. Number 6, Nolan Mintz. Number 7, Ethan Mossa. Number 8, Roman Armis. Number 12, Preston Trillo. Number 13, Levi Weldon. Number 14, Waylon Hill. Number 15, Cooper Watson. Number 16, Braden Hughes. Number 17, Braden Rowe. Number 18, Jordan Nolan Rodriguez. Number 21, Carson Cox. Number 22, Nash Kamenzen. Number 23, Jeremy Anderson. Number 25, AC Tyner. Number 33, Tyler West. Number 42, Gannon Lefebvre. Number 44, Luca Varney. Number 50, Landon Nunez. Number 55, Drew Stevens. Number 75, Talon Erickson. Number 80, Daniel Bickle. Number 86, Dion Willingham. Number 88, Caleb Cable. And number 94, Dalen Ortiz. And number 96, Christopher Cox. Unfortunately, the JV game, close football game, very entertaining game the whole time, back and forth. Final score, Argonaut 6, Calaveras JVs 0. So 6-0 was the final score in that game. Some highlights for the Calaveras Junior Redhawks JV team. Number 44, Luca Varney had 11 carries for 44 rushing yards. Number 14, Waylon Hill had 5 carries for 7 yards. Number 7, Ethan Mossa had 7 carries for 29 yards. Number 13, Levi Weldon had 9 carries for 26 yards. Number 6, Nolan Mint, 1 carry for 4 yards. Number 15, Cooper Watson had 10 receiving yards. And number 2, Gregory Mills had 10 passing yards. He was 2 for 3 with 1 interception. Defensively, number 15, Cooper Watson had a sack and a tackle. Number 13, Levi Weldon had a sack and 5 tackles. Number 1, Ben Montgomery had 5 tackles. Number 44, Luca Varney had a fumble recovery and 2 tackles. Number 14, Waylon Hill had a forced fumble and 2 tackles. Number 50, Landon Nunez. Number 2, Gregory Mills. Number 86, Dion Willingham. Number 7, Ethan Mossa, all 2 tackles apiece in a very close game, 6-0. Coach, comments on that one?
Yeah, two good football teams. We had a feeling both teams, we had a feeling Argonaut was going to be a very good football team, and they were. They brought it. I thought, I thought Argonaut, their offense was clean. It was put together. They were hitting the right hole. They got some big dudes up front. No question, they got some big dudes up front. Too many times for the Calaveras side, we were getting pushed off the ball. You know what happens, as soon as you get pushed off the ball, then linebackers can't get there, DBs can't get there, and that 1-2 yard run turned into a 8, 9, 10 yard run,
Mm-hmm.
But the guys fought. I will say that the Calaveras JV players, they kept playing. We weren't able to move the ball consistently. We'd get a few plays like, okay, we got something going, and then we'd have somebody line up wrong. We would have a missed block. We'd have some sort of mistake, and then we'd stall.
Right.
So that it's something that gonna have to clean up.
Right.
But I think Argonaut's gonna be there at the end of the year.
That team was very good.
Yeah, they're gonna go deep in the playoffs. No question.
Well, if there's anything to walk away from a 6-0 loss, you got to think that team was pretty good defensively to be able to hold them to 6 points. So you got some shining spots as far as what's happening defensively. Offensively, obviously, like you said, there were times where you're moving the ball, and then there was times where Argonaut stiffened their defense, and it was really hard to get guys moved to be able to kind of create those holes and get a kind of sustainable drive, get some momentum going. Calaveras definitely had their chances. There was, a turnover late in the game in the red zone. There was chances, which kind of made it entertaining as far as, hey, all we need is one here. We can come back and get this thing.
Yeah. I mean, we felt like we were in it all the way up to the end, but just couldn't quite get it done.
Well, that's why they say short memory. Hit the reset button. We'll get back next Saturday and let's do it again, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the varsity team, the last game on Saturday night. They also faced Argonaut. Unfortunately, they came up on the shorter end of that game to a very good Argonaut varsity team. They lost that game 31-6. But let's introduce those young men. We have number 1, Gavin Emerson. Number 2, Cooper Cosgrove. Number 5, Riley Emerson. Number 6, Mikey Munoz. Number 8, Daniel Steinhoff. Number 9, Braden Pessanen. Number 10, Zayden Orlandi. Number 12, Lane Watson. Number 13, Wyatt Hickerson. Number 14, Caden Graham. Number 16, Maddox L. Number 17, Cade Steele. Number 19, James Harden. Number 21, Mason Williams. Number 23, Luke Allen. Number 24, Gavin Verduso. Number 25, Warren Stewart. Number 27, Noel Rosas. Number 38, Colin Graham. Number 40, Brylan Trillo. Number 56, Rylan Graham. Number 65, Jonathan Sullivan. Number 70, Donovan Arias. Number 72, Everett Armis. Number 74, Jaden Ramirez. Number 76, Bryson Turner. Number 77, Liam Souders. Number 86, Darian Hedrick. Number 87, Peyton Naves. Number 90, Brody Rico. Number 91, Russell Miller. Number 93, Kane Brown. Number 96, Ryan Robertson. And number 99, Ruben Trillo. I do have one question for Cade Steele. With a name like that, you almost have to become an MMA fighter, right?
Right.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's like maybe you're born to do that. I don't know, or maybe football because he played a heck of a game there on Saturday night as well. Let's go through some of the numbers there from that game. So, looked like number 9, Braden Pessanen was 1 for 5 and 9 yards passing. Number 5, Riley Emerson. Also had some snaps under center. He was 2 for 3 with 13 yards passing. Number 24, Gavin Verduso, had 1 carry for 9 yards. 1 reception for 9 yards, 8 carries for 82 yards. Number 1, Gavin Emerson, had a reception for 7 yards. Number 17, Cade Steele had a reception for 6 yards. He also carried the ball 6 times for 39 yards, including a touchdown. Number 10, Zayden Orlandi had 7 carries for 43 yards. And number 21, Mason Williams had 3 carries for 4 yards. Defensively, number 9, Braden Pessanen had 2 tackles and a forced fumble. Number 10, Zayden Orlandi had a tackle. Number 24, Gavin Verduso had 5 tackles. Number 17, Cade Steele, 4 tackles. Number 1, Gavin Emerson, 2 tackles. Number 76, Bryson Turner had 2 sacks and 2 tackles. Number 56, Rylan Graham had 2 tackles. And this is a punt block, PBU. I'm not sure on that one.
Got me.
Coach Joe Montgomery will have to fill me in on that one. Number 77, Liam Souders, 2 tackles and a forced fumble. Number 90, Brody Rico had a tackle. Number 12, Lane Watson had a tackle. And number 70, Donovan Arias had a tackle. And again, Calaveras Varsity Junior Redhawks coming up short, 31-6. Coach, comments on that game?
You know, wasn't able to stay around for the whole game, but what I seen a very good Argonaut football team.
Yeah,
they were good. They were big. They got off the football. They ran the ball inside very well. They threw the ball very well. Their quarterback, he's got an arm.
Yeah, I think it was Cortez, number 2, and then that 44.
Yeah.
That kid from Argonaut was everywhere. I would say 90% of the tackles he was making defensively, offensively. He was running the ball like you wouldn't believe. An absolute incredible young athlete. So I'm sure Coach Hickman's looking at this guy going, all right.
I bet he is.
So, definitely some good athletes coming up from that team. So next week, all these Junior Redhawks head the road and travel to Sonora High School. Yep. That's tomorrow, actually. So Saturday, the 23rd. And so they'll be at Sonora. So you want to go check out these young athletes do their thing. It'll be at Sonora High School on Saturday, the 23rd. Game times, junior novice at noon, novice at 2, JV at 4, and varsity at 6. So go out there and support those young men. Before we move on to our next segment here, let's hear a word from one of our sponsors. MRM Stone has over 1,000 natural stone selections, fabrication services, and delivery available. Stop on by 2173 Highway 12 in Valley Springs or go to mrmstone.com. Give us a ring at 209-763-5761. MRM Stone, your masonry and landscape stone supplier. Treats General Store in San Andreas, California is a proud sponsor of Calaveras football and the Let's Talk Football with Coach Val podcast. Treats General Store has everything you need from groceries, meat, liquors, and hardware. Treats General Store since 1852. Experience the exhilaration of the open road with a Harley-Davidson test ride booking. We understand the unique thrill that only a Harley can deliver. We are dedicated to providing our fellow riding enthusiasts with an unparalleled test ride experience. Whether you are a seasoned rider or just starting out, our diverse range of iconic motorcycles is waiting for you to take them for a spin. Book your test ride today and feel the unmatched power, style, and legacy that is Harley-Davidson. All right, welcome back. So this next segment we call From Around the League. Let's take a look at this opening week around the Motherlode League and where the games are and who's playing who. We got Big Valley Christian will open up their season on Saturday, the 23rd at 7 p.m. at home at Big Valley against Bayer High School. Bret Hart will also open up the season tonight, Friday, August 22nd, 7 p.m. kickoff in Angels Camp against Del High. Linden High School will be at home Friday tonight at 7:15 p.m. against Destiny Christian. Last year, Linden lost that game. That was one of their losses, so I'm sure they're going to be looking for some redemption there. Millennium High School is on a bye right off the bat, so they don't play until next week. They'll play Gustine at Tracy High School, which I believe that's where Millennium will be playing their home games this year, is at Tracy High School. Riverbank High School also starting off with a bye, so no game tonight, but next week they will play at home versus Richmond. Rich what? Yes, that Richmond. River Islands is going to be at Waterford High School tonight, Friday the 22nd at 7 p.m. So they'll head on the road at Waterford. Somerville is at Ripon Christian. That's tonight, the 22nd, 7:30 p.m. Last year, Somerville won that game 24-21, so close football game between two very good playoff caliber football teams there. And, of course, your home Calaveras Redhawks are at home tonight versus Bradshaw Christian, who last year was the section runner-up. And that's a 7 p.m. Kickoff. Some other games in other areas across the river over in Amador County. Amador is at home versus Wheatland tonight at 7:30 p.m. Argonaut is at home versus Sutter. That's also at 7:30 p.m. Last year, Argonaut lost to them 24-0, so I'm sure they'll be looking for some redemption there. And Sonora is at Oakdale tonight at 7 p.m. Last year, Sonora won that game 31-21. Sonora, Oakdale, always entertaining, close football games. Coach, any comments around what's going on around the league in those games?
Yeah, there's a few games starting off that I'm real curious about. Linden, Linden versus Destiny Christian. When we know Destiny Christian's a good football team. How's Linden going to come and respond? New coach, and. Obviously we're curious to see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely I think going to be a major barometer on what's Linden going to look like. New quarterback, new coach at the helm as far as calling plays, going up against a high quality playoff caliber type football team right off the bat in week one. So I think that's going to be a very telling type football game for the rest of the league as far as, what are they going to look like?
Yeah.
What else?
Somerville at Ripon Christian, obviously Somerville in our league and Ripon Christian, we like playing Ripon Christian, we've been playing them, probably for the last 8 years, they run a same offense we run. Coach Graham's a good guy down there. So that's going to be a battle right there. We're real curious what happens there. Both, Somerville in our league, Ripon Christian, D6, right, playoff bracket. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what happens there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be another telling football game. You've got, in fact, Calaveras will play Ripon Christian again this year in week 3 in the third game. So being able to see them and how they do against Somerville, that'll be another good football game. And then, of course, we're going to talk a little bit about Calaveras and Bradshaw, right? Bradshaw at Calaveras.
Yeah.
Bradshaw being the Division Six section runner-up last year, and then now them coming week 1 to Calaveras. We'll get into a little bit deeper analysis a little bit later. Just a few comments around that week 1. To me, I'm fired up about it. The fans should be fired up. Anytime you get 2 playoff caliber type football teams in week 1 facing each other, that's a big treat because, it's not like, oh yeah, first game they opened up against, some slouch or something like that. It was kind of a boring game. No, these are high quality, good matchups right off the bat for good, entertaining football right off the bat in week 1.
It's going to be a smash mouth game. Bradshaw Christian, they love to run the football. The O-line, man, tight splits. They're going to get on you. They're going to drive you back. If you stand up, you're going to get driven, and the running backs, the quarterback, they have very good football players from what we can see so far. They're going to be ready to go. I know they lost a lot of guys from last year, but they look good to me. I think we got our hands full.
Yeah, so it's going to be a real good, tough, competitive football game. And in a little bit here, we'll get into more details about that. I do want to talk about a new segment I want to put in this year, Coach. We talked about the Junior Redhawks. We talked about high school football and what's going around the Motherlode League and who's playing where and in this opening night action. But what's after that? What's after high school football?
Yeah.
It's next level, right? So let's talk about, we got some, we're fortunate enough that we're not very far from some pretty good quality college programs that's near Calaveras County. So next level action, you got Delta College, which is down over in Stockton. They're coached by Gary Barlow. Last year had a tough season, didn't win a football game last year. They're going to open up against De Anza College on next Saturday, August 30th at 1 o'clock against De Anza. Delta College will be trying to turn their program around and get started on the right track for 2025. Modesto Junior College in Modesto, they are at home next Saturday, the 30th of August, 5 p.m. kickoff against Laney College. I believe they're out of Oakland. So Laney will come to Modesto to play Modesto Junior College. Modesto Junior College is coached by Rusty Stivers. Last year had a pretty good season. They went 9-3. They got quite a few players getting D1 scholarships that are coming out of that program. So some exciting things happening there with the Modesto Junior College Pirates there in that junior college program. Then you got UC Davis, not too far from us here. They're going to open up the season on tomorrow, Saturday the 23rd, all the way in Alabama to play Mercer College. It'll be a 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time kickoff. They're calling it the 2025 FCS Kickoff Classic. It'll be on ESPN, so that'll be a fun game for you Aggie fans out there. Be sure to tune in to watch them. UC Davis is coached by Tim Plow. Last year had an excellent season. They went 11-3. Pretty good football season there. 11-3, and they kick off at 4 o'clock on Saturday against Mercer, and that'll be on ESPN. On the other side, Sac State will open up their season on next Saturday on August 30th at South Dakota State. That's also a 4 o'clock kickoff time. Sac State is coached by Brennan Marion. Sac State last year went 3-9, and then the game everybody cares about, they lost to UC Davis in a very close one, 39-42. I believe they call that like the Causeway Classic. Sac State and UC Davis going at each other. And last year, Sac State fell short, 39-42. So I'm sure again towards the end of the season, that's going to be another exciting football game to watch there. And then I got to throw this in because I'm a Bears fan. So the University of California Golden Bears, they're going to open up the season next Saturday the 30th at Oregon State. 7:30 p.m. kickoff. That'll be on ESPN for all you Bears fans out there. Cal is coached by Justin Wilcox. Last year 6-7, having some issues adjusting to that new ACC division that they're now in after they left the Pac-12. Coach, any comments about any of that next level action, any of those programs?
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Barlow is going to want to kind of flip that record he had there. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough when you're a part of one of those, and try to keep players engaged and still working hard, I know Sac State's trying to make a run. They're really putting some effort into their program. I'm curious to see what they do this year. And I'm sure you'll let me know how the Calaveras do. So.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And I didn't know, but I guess in the Pac-12, they still have 2 teams remaining in that division.
Oregon State, right?
Yeah, Oregon State
and
Washington. I think Washington State maybe.
Yeah,
I think it might be Washington State, the Cougars. But either way, I thought for sure like everybody had just like jumped ship and went somewhere else, and the Pac-12 was going to dissolve. But I looked it up and I'm like, there's 2 teams left.
And I think, I could be wrong, I think they're trying to bring it back. I think Sac State's going to go, UC Davis.
Okay, so just some realignment.
Fresno State. Some of the Mountain West schools, I think they're trying to redo. I could be wrong.
Maybe San Jose State.
I heard or read it somewhere. I can't remember, but that'd be different.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. It's interesting to me as I was doing the research on some of these teams about how these divisions are set up at the college level, because you've got the FCS and the FBS, right? And I was like, well, what are those? And it looks like the FCS stands for Football Championship Subdivision. That's the FCS. And the FBS, I believe, was Football Bowl Series. And all your big schools is FBS, right? So, like, when you're watching on Saturday and you see Alabama and Notre Dame and all the real, big, huge schools, those are all the FBS schools that are going at it. And then your next level, and that's where you start to see the FCS. That's where you see UC Davis, Sac State. They're in the Big Sky Conference, and so they're in those levels. But it's interesting just to see all this different realignment that's happening at the college level. It looks like the CIF's not the only one realigning divisions.
Right.
So, Coach, now that we went through talking about the next level, and hey, we've had Calaveras football players go play at Delta, go play at Modesto Junior College. We've had Monty Wilson back in the day who played at Southern Oregon, and then Southern Oregon was at Sac State. I remember going with you. We went, and all the coaching staff went to go watch him play at Sac State. So we've had some Calaveras alum, play at these levels. So that's why I kind of wanted to bring this into the fold, because the way this team looks this year, hey, it might not be too far-fetched to think we're going to also have some players in the next few years here, playing it for some of these schools. We might as well know how they're doing.
Definitely a possibility. It's funny is today at practice, you'll remember this, Monty, when he came back to visit, was telling us about his experience at Southern Oregon, and he told us about loafs. Well, guess what we did today?
Yes.
We brought it back. Yeah, we brought loafs back. So the kids were not very happy about that. Players were not happy.
So share with our audience that are out there going, what does that mean? Is that like sourdough or wheat? What do you mean loafs?
Loafs, yeah. So, when play's going on and player gives up early, maybe he makes a mental mistake, doesn't line up correctly, we call it loaf. He's loafing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, it's all about effort, and so, in the scrimmage, we had some guys, take a play off here, play off there. Play goes the other way. Maybe we don't try to hustle to get there and help out. And, maybe we don't sustain our blocks, running back still moving and we're kind of watching, anything like that. And so we circle the kids up, and if we, they get them moving, right, jogging in place. And we'll call a player out. We'd let him know how many loafs he had, in the game or scrimmage. And he says, my name is such and such, and I have 3 loafs. And out in the middle of the circle,
right.
And we blow the whistle. He does his up downs with everybody doing them, right? Because it's a team game. And then he sent him out, and we bring in the next guy. I'm so and so, and I had 7 loaves. We had a 7 loafer today.
Ooh,
yeah, he wasn't liking that.
So
I bet he won't have 7 loaves next week.
Yeah,
I can almost guarantee it.
Guys, if you're out there listening, it's better to hustle on the field and make a play than it is, because coach is going to get hustle out of you one way or the other.
Right. Well, and we talk about it all the time. When you hustle, good things happen.
That's right.
And sometimes when you're not hustling, you just call it bad luck, but that's not the case.
Right.
Good luck happens to teams that are hustling, teams that are, giving it 100%. That's ball drops your way a little bit easier.
Yeah. And then, that could end up when you got 10 different guys who had loaves, and if each one of them had multiple loaves, that could end up being a long afternoon with a lot of up downs going there.
Yeah. We took it easy on them a little bit today. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't. But they got the gist of it now. But that's the brand of football we want to play, though. We know that we have tough players. We have tough young men, and we got to get the most out of that type of player that we have. You know what I mean? So you can't have 10 of them on the field. You need 11.
Right. Everybody's
got to contribute from the snap to the whistle. That's the way we coach it up. That's the way we want them to play. And it's just another way to get the player to realize it, to see it. Obviously we, along with the loaf, we show them on film. Hey, that's a loaf right there.
Right.
So, but no. Hopefully, the idea is to not have any.
Yeah.
Is the idea.
Yeah.
Those are good weeks for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's a perfect segue, Coach. Let's talk about this week in practice. And, we talked about getting loafs done and all that, but how was the week in practice? Let's talk a little bit about what you've seen as far as what Bradshaw's running offensively and defensively, if they have any kind of, special, marquee players that, hey, we're going to need to know where that guy is at all times. Fill us in on all of that.
They're wing tee, double wing, very tight splits, they got big boys up front. They want to down block you. They want to pull, kick, and their backs. Hard to tell with the scrimmage film, with numbers, but every back I seen in there looked pretty good. So, it's one of those things where you have to do your job to try to stop their offense. You can't worry about what somebody else is doing. You can't try to go help out. No, you have to do your job, and hopefully all 11 guys do their job. And that's the only chance you have to stopping an offense like that, especially when they're as good as them. They're I'll say this, they're well coached. You can tell scrimmage, right? We all have our issues during the scrimmage, but you can tell how well coached they are in that scrimmage. We're going to have to play a very good game. And for us, I think from a defensive standpoint, we talked about it today. We're going to have some very unselfish players. Some players are going to have to do the dirty work, while some of the other players are going to have to, make up ground. I'm curious to see how that goes. Flip side of the ball, they give you a little a different front, and there's always a hole somewhere. You just got to see how you can find it.
Right.
What play can find it, and we'll see how it goes. For us, we want to get our backs to that second level. If we can get our backs to the second level, we feel pretty good. We're gonna chuck it a little bit. We're capable of throwing the ball, so try to keep them on their heels a little bit. We'll see how that goes. But that's the plan. I think right now everybody's running their base stuff, and you got to be good at your base. You got to be good at what you do to win a game like this. Because, even though it's the first game of the season, we'll try some things throughout the year, but as well as I do, you get into playoffs, you pretty much resort back to what your base offense, your base defense, and that's what you roll with, So, I'm looking forward to it. I think this week in practice went very well. Kids worked hard, got a little warmer. The week went on, which is a good thing. We've had it made so far this football season. So it's a home game. Friday night lights in San Andreas. Can't wait. I love it.
Doesn't get much better than that, right? You mentioned unselfish play defensively, and I think that's an interesting concept I want to explore just a moment with our listeners on that, because a lot of the times your job, say in any given position, depending on the offense you're going to play, you may not make a tackle all night, and you may not be the guy that's going to do it, but you have to do a job that's going to allow one of your teammates to be in the perfect spot to make that play. And so you just have to keep doing it. And as long as you keep doing that, and everybody's unselfish and does exactly what they're supposed to do, you have success. But that moment when you're like, I had enough of this, I'm going to get in there and get me some, piece of my pie. Yep. Then all of a sudden you're not where you're supposed to be. And then there's where the mistakes start to begin.
Happens all the time. It happens all the time. This just when you're playing a team like this, it's a little more. You have to be more aware, of it, because it's just what you have to do. I mean, you have to. Teams like this, like Argonaut, when they were in the double wing, Escalon, wing T, you got to be tougher than them up front. I mean, it's really that simple, and you got to have guys willing to just play after play after play, just give it everything. Don't get driven back. Don't, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes. I like what we have. The players we do have are very unselfish football players, hardworking, unselfish football players. So we'll see how it all comes together.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely fun to watch. And so everybody healthy, everybody's good to go.
Yep. Knock on wood, everything's good. Had a good week of practice, worked hard, came out of the scrimmage healthy, which was a good thing. So yeah, no, we're good to go.
Good. That's good news to hear. So you have basically, I mean, the game of football and that double wing, a lot of guys, tight splits, a lot of guys are, guys are end up in the dirt and on the ground and all that good stuff. And essentially it comes down to something as simple as, offensive linemen are going to try to move you where you don't want to go. And your job is I'm not going to let you move me.
Yep.
And you're not going to take me where you want. I'm going to go where I want. And even though you're trying to take me somewhere else, and I'm going to fight it and not let you do it.
Yep.
And kind of, it's like two guys fighting over if I draw an X on the ground and I'm going to stand on that X, and he's just like, no, you're not. And I go, yes, I am. And then we're going to see who wins that battle. And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of people think, well, isn't that the way it always is? Not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean,
teams like this, they make their living off their down blocks. They take you down, they kick you out, and you end up chasing the play from the outside in. Or some other teams, they have big gaps, big splits. You can hit a seam, you can hit a crease, you can nose guard or D tackle can. And get in there and make a play, get a sack, things like that. Right.
So, yeah, you're right. You're just the different offenses that you face, how they're aligned, sometimes dictates, what's going to happen. And sometimes you're like, hey, that player had an incredible week, but the next week, not so much. What happened? It's not so much that he didn't play well. It's just he played a different kind of team, and it was a different kind of strategy, and, as simple as that.
Yep.
All right, Coach. Well, obviously I'm going to be there tonight calling the game on KVGC Radio, 96.5 and 1340. Be sure to tune in. Download the KVGC Radio app. On the lower right-hand side, you click on that Oldies button, and you'll get yours truly bringing you all the play-by-play action of what's going to be a very entertaining and exciting playoff caliber football game right off the bat in week 1. Bradshaw Christian at Calaveras High School. I got a little bit of a rant I got to do, Coach, to let people know how important it is that they get out to the game. So if you could indulge me for just a moment. Here we go.
All right.
2025 week 1 rant. Here we go. All right, folks, it's game day. What else are you going to do? Nothing. Get out to Frank Meyer Field in San Andreas, Calaveras High School, 7 p.m. kickoff. Bradshaw Christian and your home, Calaveras Redhawks. It's going to be an exciting football game. Put the remote control down and get to the football game. What else are you going to do? You're going to get an early start doing your taxes? No! Get to the game. You're going to finally clean out that hall closet you've been putting off for years? No! Get to the game. You gonna stand between a dog and a fire hydrant? No! Get to the football game. You gonna take a sleeping pill and a laxative at the same time? I don't recommend it. No! Go to the football game instead. You gonna eat yellow snow? No. Go to the football game. You gonna try that food item that's been in the back of the fridge for weeks and wondering if it's still good? No! Get to the football game. You gonna finally organize your medicine cabinet? Don't do it. What do you do instead? Go to the football game. You gonna start putting together your Christmas card list? No. Go to the football game. Hey, how about I start that new diet? Nah, start it tomorrow, just like you've been saying for weeks. What do you do instead? Go to the football game. When it all else fails, you're not sure what to do. What do?
Go to the football game.
You got it, folks. All right. So, hey, if you haven't figured it out by now about what you're supposed to do, get your behind over to the Frank Meyer Field, where you're going to see some excellent, high-quality high school football action. Thank you so much, Coach Mossa, for being here and sharing your time with us. I know you're a very busy man. Any last words for the folks out there?
No, thanks for having me. Looking forward to tonight.
You got it. Let's go, Redhawks. Let's get Bradshaw Christian. Let's start this season off on the right track. So until next time, we are out. From our left to right, and they're all white uniforms. Here's the kick. Kicks it about the middle of the field. Looks like 19. That's Cody Ferrante. He's going to run up the middle. He's got some room. He's got a couple of blockers. Cuts to his left. Breaks a couple of tackles. Uses his speed. There he goes! Touchdown, Calaveras!
A great way to start the homecoming game to get the crowd into it immediately.
What a play. The first time he touches the ball, he takes it to the house for 6 points.